So it's finally over. Yo, what's good? It's the boy with the views and heavy spoilers for the season 2 finale of Jujutsu Kaisen. You have been warned. So we're finally here, the end of the season, and it's been a pretty damn dramatic season. And despite the ups and downs, the production issues at MAPPA and the poor animators at MAPPA really suffering, I truly believe that season 2, the finale, was pretty damn amazing. But man, was it spooky at times. The use of music was really well utilized in some of these scenes. The scene of all those cursed spirits just rising from the ground, eventually wreaking havoc all around Japan, was pretty damn spooky. The scene of the two girls in the apartment just wondering what happened to the TV, and then all of a sudden you have a cursed spirit just attacking them. Holy moly, I jumped from my seat. I felt bad for Itadori, fake ghetto just taking away Gojo inside of that prison realm, and Yuji just screaming out to Gojo. Really sad. I mean, he's losing all of his friends left, right and center. But of course, I do want to talk about the main amazing scene, and that's Yuta. Ever since the release of the movie, I was just expecting and anticipating Yuta to make an appearance in season 2, but he never did. I was expecting him to help out with Itadori, and maybe the two of them would become pals, just like how he became friends with Junpei. I mean, Yuta in this new art style looks very similar to Junpei in season 1, with his new hairstyle and moody expression. But the way Yuta returned was pretty interesting. We have a really eerie scene of a child eating food inside a supermarket, and it looks like this child broke in because there's no one in, it's shut. The child gets lured in by one of the cursed spirits, and the way it's just animated, my gosh dude, it's so creepy, which fits the mood of this entire creepy episode. The child runs out, and just before it's about to be swallowed up, Yuta makes an appearance. I love the slow motion shot of him just slicing the creature with his katana. I really like how Yuta was very caring towards the child, reminding us how much of a caring person Yuta was in the movie. But man, just looking at his eyes, the dude looks tired, which becomes more apparent when he meets with the higher ups. And judging from the way he talks to them, it looks like this has been one of many missions of him killing cursed spirits. But this dude has a very jaded look. The higher-ups apparently want him to make a binding pact. That got me wondering, were the higher-ups talking about Yuta and Itadori making a pact together? But Yuta refused. I'm an anime only, so I don't know the true gist of what that means so far, but I assume that the higher-ups wanted to somehow tame Itadori, who has Sukuna inside, and maybe they were hoping for Yuta to come together with Itadori to try and find a way to somehow tame Sukuna and control it better. But that's just my little theory, it might not make sense. But regardless, Yuta does not care with what Itadori / Sukuna did to Inumaki's arms in Shibuya. All he cares about is killing Itadori Yuji, and my gosh, Yuta looks frightening in this shot. And when he says he's gonna kill him, I'm not going to lie, I kinda believe him when he says this, so I'm kinda fearing for Itadori's life. Hopefully my boy Itadori Yuji can talk no Jitsu Yuta into not doing this in the new season, because to have the main character of the movie clash with the main character of the TV show is pretty damn distressing. I would have loved to have them team up together and work together and possibly eventually become friends in the end, but with the really dark ending of the Shibuya Incident arc, that may not be the case, as Yuta has now been appointed to kill Itadori Yuji, so Itadori Yuji is more or less on the run now. Not only is he expelled, but he is a dead man walking. And man, do I feel bad for Itadori Yuji. The final scene shows him standing in the middle of a road and he's all alone. I just love this shot, it's very cinematic. In front of him you have this dark looming shadow, which more or less symbolizes Sukuna inside of him, the monster that caused a lot of wreckage. And behind him you have the beautiful sky and the beautiful sun, showing that behind him is his past, and while his past was bright and cheerful with his friends, looking forward, his future is looking pretty dark. But I like how he claps at the end, alerting all the cursed spirits to come at him. It's sort of a homage to Todo's clap that he usually does, but sadly our boy Todo can no longer do that with no hand. And yeah, a pretty damn depressing ending to a season. This might be one of the most depressing endings of an anime season I've ever seen. There doesn't seem to be any hope for Itadori, there's no glint in Yuta's eyes. Both main characters look pretty damn sad and depressed, but they gotta do what they gotta do. I really do hope that they can somehow come together in the end and work out their differences and be best of friends, man. I'm sure that's what Gojo would have wanted. But I'll give this episode a 9.5 out of 10, and I think I'll give it an A. It wasn't perfect. I felt like some of those shots of the city in the middle section of the episode before we see Yuta went on for a little bit too long. I would have liked to have seen more of Yuta throughout the episode, but it is what it is. I like the episode overall, and I like the season, and I cannot wait to see season 3 of JJK, but man, do I feel bad for the animators who have to animate the new arc, which is called the Culling Game. Judging from the title, is it some sort of tournament arc? I have no idea, I'm just an anime only, but I'm hyped for it. But man, I hope the animators get all the rest they need. But tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of this arc and this episode? Do you like it or do you hate it? Like this video, subscribe for more JJK reactions, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. Stay tuned for the next set of episodes for the TV versus Blu-ray comparisons, which I'll be doing in January. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy do the view signing out.